All right, welcome. I'm Adam Gordon, and today we're going to talk about aerial operations. This video will demonstrate how to set up the truck to operate the ladder on top. First thing you want to do, enter the cab and turn the truck on. First switch we want to turn on is the master, and then the second switch would be the ignition. Once the ignition button is on, the air pressure signal might go off. Foot on the brake and press the engine button right here. For aerial operations, we want to make sure that we hit the aerial power button located on the console above the engine over here. Flip that button on, you'll get a green light and it's ready to go. If you need the generator, that's this button right here. But for our purposes today, aerial power. Okay, next you want to chalk the truck. There's chalks on each side. Pull the chalks out from the holders and take them to the front tire. You're going to want to place them on both sides of the tire, leaving a little gap as the truck might move. Okay, next, you want to place the outrigger plates in the position so that the outrigger sets on the plate. There's two on each side. Here's the outrigger here. We want to make sure the foot of the outrigger sits on the plate, roughly about 3 feet out. They can be adjusted once we start setting up the outriggers. Grab the second plate, move to the back of the truck. Again, rear outrigger, about 3 feet out. Okay, here we are at the rear of the truck, and we are going to move the outriggers in place. First thing you need to do is switch the outrigger power to on. That would be in the up position. This is really the only button that we're going to use here today. Then you want to move to the side of the truck, the driver's side. There's two levers here. They do move back and forth and up and down to control the front outrigger and the rear outrigger. You can move them both at the same time. When you position the outriggers, you want to make sure your body is clear of the truck just in case there's any failure. You do not want any body harm. So you're going to slide them to the left. You'll notice the outriggers moving out the left of the truck. You want to hold it an extra second or two to make sure they're fully extended. Once they are fully extended, you want to make sure that the outrigger plates are in place. As you can see, we have to make a slight adjustment to make sure the whole foot will fit on the plate. And then do the same for the front if it's needed. Okay, once you have the plates in place, you can lower the outriggers by moving both levers down. So front and rear at the same time, they will make contact with the plate and start lifting the truck up. You want to make sure that you have one hole completely exposed for the pin. Here's your holes right here. If this part was halfway through, you would want to either go above or below to make sure you have the next hole fully exposed for the pin. The next thing you're looking for before we pin it is the wheels. If we come over here, you'll notice our wheels are off the ground. That's what we're looking for. You see that? As long as they're off the ground, we're good to go to set those pins. And you can see it doesn't have to be 4 feet off the ground, just enough to get both sets of dually wheels off the ground. Once you have both sides of the truck set, you can step and look at the back of the truck. You can see our balance here. The ball is pretty much in the middle. That is one indicator that the truck is level. And you can see it on the other side as well. If for some reason we're on a slope or a hill, we might have to lower one side of the truck more than the other. The other thing you can do is just look at the truck. Does it look even to you? Remember, you want both wheels off of the ground. If you look under the truck, you can see we have all 4 wheels off. Okay, next you're going to want to pin the outriggers. On the rear set of outriggers, the pin is located in the body of the truck right here. So you want to make sure you grab that pin and place it in that topmost hole. Make sure the pin slides all the way in so that the red is touching the outrigger. On the front outriggers, the pin is actually located on the outrigger leg itself. On this one, you're going to want to pull up and out to remove the pin, and the same thing. You want to insert it in the highest hole that is clearly available and make sure it is flush with the outrigger. Here we are on top of the turntable, and these are the control box. This is the control box for the ladder. You want to unlatch it, open up. You have a set of headphones here that allow you to talk to anybody that might be up in the bucket. Otherwise, we want to focus on the power for the aerial. The switch over to the left, you can see low, off, and high, meaning the speed at which you move the ladder. I would suggest low for beginners, so you would move that down. Right above it, you'll see a switch that says platform and turntable. You want to make sure it is down for the turntable, which is where we are positioned. The other 3 things you want to pay attention to here are these levers right here. You can see the far one to the right says lower and raise. What it means is if you were to move this lever forward, it lowers the ladder. If you move it back towards you, it raises, and so on and so forth. Right, left, again, you're not moving the lever right to left. You move it up to move it right. You move it down to move left. If you want to extend the ladder, meaning have the reach go out, you would move this lever forward. If you want to bring it back, you want to move it towards yourself where it says retract. Okay, we will start by raising the ladder. You're going to squeeze underneath with your fingers and then move the lever towards you. The ladder will start going up slowly because we are in the low speed mode. You do need to hold the lever down to continue the motion. If you let go of the lever, it will stop as a safety feature. Again, squeeze, drop towards you to raise. You can do more than one maneuver at a time by using both hands. If I want to raise the ladder and move it to the left, squeeze and bring it towards me. Now we are rotating the turntable towards the left as well as raising the ladder. One other button I want to point out here is this emergency stop. If there is the case of an emergency and you have to stop operations, you would push that. One of the troubleshoots, if you get up here and nothing is working, make sure that the emergency stop button is popped out. Sometimes that is the cause of not being able to operate the ladder. Now, let's put the ladder back in the cradle on top of the truck. As you're trying to line up the ladder, if you look down at the turntable to make sure it is in line with the body of the truck, that'll give you an indication that you're pretty much in line to lower the ladder into the cradle. So to lower, again, we're going to take that far right joystick, move it forward away from your body, and the ladder will slowly go down. And we want to place the ladder in the bed of the truck. Okay, as you're lowering it into the cradle, if all of a sudden the ladder stops like it is now, it means you're not in line. You have to make an adjustment. In our case here, it looks like we have to go a little bit to the left. So we'll move the turntable just slightly to the left, and then again try and lower the ladder into the cradle. And you can see this time it is in line, and you want to make sure that it goes all the way down. You'll feel the weight of the ladder sitting on the truck. And then you have to package the truck back up to be ready for it to be in service. And all you're going to do is exactly what you did to set up, but in reverse.